Okay, I'll sort of jump the gun a little bit here. What I have forgotten to do is actually do an intro video. So this is an intro video. I've actually done some work if you're watching this for the first time. So the story is that quite some time ago I used to have an R32 GDST and I dropped an RB30 into it, and it was a really good car. I put a lot of money into it. So I decided to buy this, and basically what I'm going to be doing is doing this up for my daughter. Now I'm going to have fun with it until she comes of age and will take possession of it. She's only 13 at the moment, so I've got a few years to play around with it. Bought this from Queensland. I'm from WA, so it came from the other side of the country. Now I never got to see the car in person, only photos, and there's a couple of things in the next videos I found that weren't exactly desirable, but I mean the car's over 30 years old. It's a 94, well it's almost 30 years old. It's a 94 model ECR 33, so it's a GDS 25T. So it does look pretty clean. The only thing is that I have noticed that the guy has done some work, panel work to it, and resprayed the car. It looks like a full respray. So the plan of attack is I'm aiming for around about between 500 and 600 horsepower, which is quite easy. Now you're not going to be able to do that on stock internals, as they'll only take up to about 400 horsepower reliably. So I want to push that a little bit further, which is why I'll have to forge the engine and do quite a few other things to it. So coming over from Queensland, it had to be deregistered and re-registered. Doing so, I had to do quite a lot of work to get it back to stock in order to pass inspection for registration. That took me some time, but I got it done. The car's registered, and it will eventually end up with my old plates, 2 litre V8 eater, 2L V8 ETR, and those will go with the car when I give them to my daughter. So in essence, it's fairly clean. It's not bad for its age. A lot of work to be done. My daughter has picked, of all things, a veil side kit for it, so I will be putting that on. Then once I've got the cosmetics done, I will then start working, putting a lot more into the engine. So I'll start accumulating parts, so forged internals. I'm not going to bother with a crank at this stage. I will do a little bit more research, but I think the stock crank will be okay for around about 500-600 horsepower. I'll look into it a little bit more, and if I have to, I'll buy a crank. But from memory, I don't think I will need to do that. Now I will stick with the RB25. I will not go down the 30 route with this. The reason being is I know you're going to get a lot more torque out of it, but there's going to be a lot more expense in going down the 30 route. So I'm not aiming for mega horsepower, not 1000, 1500 horsepower. This is just going to be between 5 and 6. It's just enough to have a bit of fun and keep it streetable and drivable. So the car is in pretty good nick. The interior, I've done some work to it, like the dash and steering wheel and whatnot. But seat wise, there's just a little bit of wear here. Everything else looks okay. The rear parcel shelf I had to replace. You'll see those in the earlier videos. These seats will be getting redone, and also a headliner, and I will do something with the door cards. There's nothing wrong with them, but I will have those changed, or I will change those to suit whatever we do in here. That is pretty much it for the intro and where we're going with it. Now, I am an old boy, and my computer skills, editing skills, video skills, yada yada yada, aren't exactly the best. So I will try to improve those as I go along. I've done 9 days worth of video so far, and well, while I'm not exactly over the moon with them, that basically gives you an idea of what I've done and which way I'm going with the car. But I'm hoping in the next video, which will be day 10, that I will be able to, I'm going to try something different. So I'm hoping I'll be able to sort something out so the videos are a little bit better than what I've been putting out. So there we go, that's it. So the reason my old 32, the reason I sold that is after my mother died, my old man needed somewhere to live. So I sold my 32 and put that money towards a granny flat out the back of the house for him to live in. As it turned out, that didn't work out for us, and I lost my car, sold the granny flat, which was a transportable, and been wanting one ever since because I miss it. The 32 that I sold it to a young guy who was a FIFO. He seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders, but I misjudged him. Less than 3 months later, he wrapped it around a pole, destroyed the car completely. So there was no way of getting that one back. That engine was fully forged and was capable of putting up to around about between 1,000 and 1,500 horsepower by the time I finished with it and sold it. So that was obviously too much for the guy to handle, and car gone, bye bye. Now with Skylines, the prices, you might know, have actually gone up quite a lot in recent years. They're becoming more desirable, they're becoming more, well, they're becoming rarer because the US has decided that they can start importing them, and that's where a lot of these are going. The other thing is that there's a lot of peanuts with these, and they end up trashing the cars and destroying them. There's so many of them that you see that are completely destroyed, and that's because people just don't know how to handle them. So money can't buy you skill. So in a nutshell, that's it, and I'll leave it here for now, and I will make a start on my day 10 vid, and hopefully I'll improve with my video techniques. Till then, ciao.